Hi Virgo, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 20th to the 26th of October. Let's begin. So, your themes for the week. So, this is something new I'm doing. So, themes are basically the experiences you're going through, how they're going to translate for you. So, your theme for the week, your first theme for the week is you are manifesting here. Your manifestations are coming in here for you this week. You are gaining some kind of opportunity, you're becoming more enthusiastic in general and are very, very abundant. So you're having a very abundant week here this week. That's going to make you very enthusiastic. This could be an opportunity that you're manifesting. Yeah, I'm hearing it's a yes. An opportunity that you've been manifesting to make more money, I guess. I feel like this is a very financial reading for you here. Your second theme of the week is the Seven of Pentacles, where it's like you're waiting for your harvest. You've put in the time, the energy, you've persevered through situations, persevered through challenges. You've invested a lot, and now you're seeing growth. The growth is happening here for you. You've been doing whatever this is that you've been working on for a while now, and I feel like this is some kind of business. It's not a job, it's a business you've been working on. It's a career that you identify yourself with. It's a career that you identify that this is your career, but it's like a business that you have, and it's not a job, it's a business, and you're trying to make more money from it, and like you put in a lot of time, and you're having like this sort of growth come here this week, big significant growth of like it's almost automated. I'm hearing social media automated, so it's like you're having automated income come in for you here. Very good. Well, that's very good. Congratulations. The current energy you're in is the Nine of Swords. So this is the energy you're currently embodying. You're like very worried, up in your head, thinking, negatively, just negativity in general. It's like really you're embodying negativity in general. Like you're living your day to day like really negatively. You're looking at the glass half empty rather than half full. Like you're pessimistic about situations in general. And this is in regards to some sort of tower moment that you've recently had, some sort of revelation. I feel like it's a revelation you've had that's kind of forced you to be a bit different. It's forced things in your life to change. It's a revelation, a deep revelation about what you've been nurturing, what you've been giving your energy to. It's like not what you wanted to build basically, but it's like you were building something that wasn't, you were nurturing something that wasn't, in alignment with you. You were nurturing something that it just looked good. So that's why you were nurturing it, and it became prosperous, and like you realized then it was like this monster that you've created. And you're having this tower moment in this regards to this situation of like, it's a revelation of like, what have I done? I've like built upon something that wasn't even mine. Like you see here at the bottom of the tower, it's a different stone than the top of the tower. The stone quality is different, sorry. And it's like, this sort of structure is being destroyed by the divine. It's like the divine's coming in, the spirits are coming in to destroy this thing, whatever it is. Bring this revelation to you of like, you've been nurturing the wrong thing. Why have you been nurturing it? Because it looked good. I'm hearing you look good. You want to look good. You want to look like this sort of Queen of Pentacles, sitting pretty and, looking out for people. Like you wanted to look like this person that was helping everyone, but it wasn't really in alignment with who you really are. And this is what this Tower moment is about. It's just like, this isn't you. Stop pretending to be someone you're not, basically. And you're having this sort of forced change. This forced change has been happening. I'm hearing your appearance has been changing recently, like the way you do your makeup or do your hair or whatever it is. It's like it's changed a lot recently. Like you're changing as a person. It's like you're still trying to cling on to the old you, and that's what's causing all of this negativity. Like you understand you need to move forward and into more authentically being yourself rather than being someone that you think is a good image to have. An image is irrelevant, your image is going to be your image regardless of how you decide to look. There's always going to be people that hate you, and there's always going to be people that love you. If you're neither hated, you can never be loved. If you're hated, you'll be loved. If you're loved, you'll be hated. If you're not loved, you won't be hated. And if you won't be hated, you won't be loved. So you have to choose which one you want to be. And this is just the truth of the situation, to be honest with you. And this is making you feel very sad. Like it's making you feel grief. Like it's you feeling, you might be crying tears of like, I can't believe like I wasted all my time, nurturing all of that, and it turned out to be the way it is. But what you don't realize in your journey as itself, you're now at this point where you're able to cross this bridge. You've been trying to get to this bridge for a while now, for a long time is what I'm hearing. Like you've been trying to get to this bridge of like having a different life, like having your external world, your material world look very different. Not your material, your external world. You want it to be like in a different class, like in a different bracket. And this is like, you're like, what you don't realize is you're so close to the bridge now. Like you're at this point of traveling. You thought that this was that bridge, but it's not. It's like you've been traveling to get to the bridge, basically. Like you have been working within yourself, working on things that you desire. From your heart, like you've been true to yourself, but like you said, let me have this image of like this kind of person, but this person wasn't authentically you, and you were like nurturing the wrong things because you were being like this kind of person. You can't be for everyone. You have to be there for yourself first, and then be there for everyone. Like you come first in your story, not everybody else. Even if you're a healer, I'm hearing you're a healer, and like you're trying to heal everyone. It's like you're not caring about yourself, and it's like you're kind of going through and like allowing yourself to be in this situation. It's like you're creating that space for you to be in this situation of like negativity in general, pessimism, and like you're really like feeling upset about that the fact that these cups have now filled, like, and you're like, well, it's a revelation to you, like that these things are not for you, and they're not in alignment with you, and it's like it's caused a forced change. It's like you're immediately pulled back from whatever you were nurturing, and you're feeling very jaded, very bored, very dissatisfied with life. You're contemplating like what the hell is going on. Spirit's kind of give you this cup here, like a full cup. Your cups are empty, and it's like Spirit's giving you this full cup, and you're like, I don't want it. Like I thought that was it. That was what was meant to be for me. But the whole point of you going through this situation, it wasn't to belittle you or make you feel silly, but it was to help you gain some strength to be more pure, within being pure, within yourself, of like, this is who I really am, and I'm going to use my inner strength to go that way rather than be what everybody wants me to be, basically. So you had to have that inner strength, and you already know you're abundant. You're very abundant, and you've had the purity, but you've been afraid of like this line of within you of like, like, what if people perceive me in the wrong way? What if I come out and I sound too harsh, or I look too harsh, or I do this thing too harshly? I feel like this reading in general is particularly like your own personal development more than career and finances, but it translates into both. But you were like, what if people perceive me wrong? But people, like I said, people are going to perceive you wrong anyway, no matter who you are. And this is something that you needed to come to realize here, and you are realizing here before the week begins. It's like that you need to follow your own purity, what is actually in alignment with who you actually are, and be able to face that lion within you of like, what if people don't perceive me? Then don't let them perceive me in the way I want. Like, let them perceive me as whoever they think I am. And this is basically, this is why you've been going through all of this. How long have you been? 6 7 months. 6 7 months you've been going through this kind of nurturing the wrong things. You've been nurturing from like 6 7 months ago. Like, you're very clued on, like you're very connected to your intuition, you're very connected to the spiritual realm. You're very clued up about what you're doing and how you're doing it. So this is why it's even more like hurtful to you, because you're like, I thought I was going the right way, but what happened? Like, all of a sudden, like, this was like not a test, but it was more of like a learning thing for you. That's something you had to learn about yourself. Again, it's personal development. Like, you don't realize it that you've been on this journey. You don't realize it yet. You will realize it in the future, that you were on this journey trying to get to this bridge over here so that you can cross and go to your castle. But you thought you had crossed the bridge already. You thought you were in your castle, but you're not. There's so much more planned for you, but you can't obviously see it yet. It's like you meticulously plan, but you're not able to see like the grand scheme of things. Like, your plans are little in regards to what is actually happening in your life, basically where you've been guided to go. And now you're at this point and you just feel very upset with, like, you might be crying and like, I've been going this wrong way, and now all of a sudden things are flipped for me. They're not flipped for you. You're still all right. It's just the way you feel about things. Like, let people perceive you however they want to perceive you. It doesn't make a difference, because there's still going to be people that are going to hate you. If you're for no one, then you can't be for everyone. If you're for everyone, then if you're for no one, then you can be for everyone. And if you're for everyone, then you can be for no one. If that makes sense to you. Like, you can't help every single person. Everybody's on their own path, on their own journey. You can't force somebody to do something that they're not ready to do. And this is kind of like you've been doing within your own personal friendships, your own personal relationships. You've been trying to force people onto timelines that they don't deserve to be on at the moment. To be honest with you, they don't belong there. And when they try to jump timelines, they get pushed out, and you're taking the repercussions of this energy here, and you've been nurturing these people, nurturing these relationships. I feel like they're mostly friendships. You've been nurturing friendships, like, to push people in certain directions when they're not meant to be in those directions. They're not meant to be those people, not yet anyway. They have to go through their own challenges, their own guidance. They have to believe in their own guidance first of all, and this is something that you've forgotten. They have to have the inner strength. You had strength before, but you've forgotten about it. You've forgotten what it means to be strong, to have the inner strength, to be pure with it as well. And this is why you were going through this situation, to regain that understanding of, there's this lion inside of me that, is afraid of what people think. You have to do things whether people are afraid, whether you're afraid of what people think of you or not. People will always judge you in some kind of way, but you have to be pure and say, look, I'm going to go in this direction, and not from a place of anger, but from a place of calm, from a place of love, for your own self. Between Monday and Wednesday, you're going through this energy of really mastering yourself. You're mastering your own energy here, mastering your skills. You're taking yourself away from this energy here of the Four of Pentacles. You're mastering the understanding of what this energy is here and why you're like pessimistic. So it's affecting you here before the week begins, and you're mastering this. You're like this sort of needy, greedy, controlling, securing energy. It's like what you're mastering and letting go of. Like, you're not mastering the skill itself, but you're mastering this energy of like understanding of what this is basically, for you particularly, and why it's stopping you. Because the Four of Pentacles, she doesn't, then she steals these coins from her sisters, and she runs away and sits on these chairs, and she goes, I'm the Queen of Pentacles. And as soon as she says that, the Pentacles roll down the hill and they get lost forever. But it's like this energy doesn't allow any new energy in. It doesn't allow energy to move at all. It's just stagnant energy basically, and it destroys any energy that is about And this is what you're mastering. You're mastering your skills of like, I don't need to be this person. I can be someone entirely different. You're mastering yourself here, taking yourself away from that kind of energy, gaining spiritual wisdom here, gaining ancient knowledge within your own Akashic records. You're gaining this sort of enlightenment here in regards to where you've been sabotaging yourself, unknowingly. That's what I feel like you've done this like out of care and love, but like it's not. There's a point where it's care and love, and then there's a point where it becomes toxic, and that's what you were in. You were in that sort of toxic caring of like, and that puts you in different energies. Then it makes your energy worse and worse and worse, and that's what's been happening to you. You've been feeling tired, like generally you've been feeling more and more tired. It's because your energy, because you've not been pure, you've not been authentic, your energy started fragmenting and splitting up and going in different directions that you didn't want to go in, and situations started happening in your life. And this is this year for the last 7-8 months. You're going through situations that you didn't want to go through, but they're just appearing, and you're like, what the hell is going on? You were asking questions to your spiritual guides, and so what I'm hearing, like you're asking your spiritual guides, like, what the hell is going on in my life? And this is basically it. It's basically, because you were trying to nurture and the wrong things, you put you in this energy of the Four of Pentacles, and it was just a stagnant energy of like being very needy, very controlling, very greedy. I need to secure this for myself. I need to secure this for myself. Like very trying to be like very business savvy, but not really business savvy. It was just more just needy and greedy, I guess, controlling. But you're gaining the spiritual wisdom about this. You're really gaining the ancient knowledge again, like from your Akashic records. Your soul is an old soul. You're not a young soul. This is why you're trying to help people, because you see, where they are on their journey, and you see that they're on this sort of part of their journey where it's like, they need help, and you try to help them find themselves. But again, you can't force people onto their journey. It's like you're coming into like the sort of divine love within yourself. It's like you're stepping more into this idea of a fairy tale life for yourself, where you are the main character. And the fairy tale life, like the characters are not very much so looking at everybody. They have their own dreams, their own aspirations of where they want to go and what they want to do. And this is kind of what you're embodying here more and more as you move forward. It's like I'm seeing you like almost like, I want to do this, and that's why I was laughing. Is like you're like, I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that, because I've always wanted to try that. Like I've always wanted to do that, and that's what you're moving more and more towards. You're having this sort of divine love. From the divine as well coming in for you here. Like you're finding a lot of bliss and harmony within yourself, fulfillment, happiness, like as you're moving forwards, as you're coming to this realization of like mastering yourself. You're between Wednesday and Friday, you're really following your heart. You're taking initiative and saying, I'm no longer going to like be logical about situations. I feel like you're overly logical. You overly analyze situations. You're no longer saying, I need to be logical about situations, because sometimes, well, a lot of the times, logic doesn't make sense. Even as smart as you could be and as logical as you could be, there's 10 million different ways I think things could play out. And how can you know what will play out? You can't. That's the thing. And you need to just follow your heart here. Because that's what's going to lead you truly to what it is that you want, and truly to the next level and to the next stage of your life and to the next happiness, the next place where you can be happy. But you have to follow your heart for all of this stuff to happen to you. And this is what you're moving towards now, between Wednesday and Friday, really following your heart. You're feeling more romantic as well. You're more charming in general. As you follow your heart, you become more charming to people, because you kind of radiate an energy of love from yourself as you become more someone that follows your heart more, as opposed to following your mind. Like when you follow your mind, you kind of give off this cold energy to people, but when you follow your heart, you give this sort of like bright, loving energy off to people. It's like a charming energy, and this is going to allow new opportunities, new ideas to come in for you. You're going to be more inspired. You're going to see a lot of growth within your own creativity, as well as your life in general. Like you're going to feel more creative. You're going to feel like, and this could be even having babies. You might feel like, yeah, I want to have babies and stuff, but you're going to be feeling more creative in general, feeling more passionate, feeling more inspired, And this all comes from following your heart. You know, new ideas, new opportunities are going to be able to come into your life, basically, because there's going to be energetic space where you're not spending your time, your energy nurturing people that don't deserve to be nurtured. Your energy is now going to be moving into finding your tribe, finding your true tribe. I feel like your tribe right now is not your true tribe. You feel like they are, but it's like you're doing all the work in the relationships, or with the people. I feel like you're a leader of some, you're some kind of healer, like I was saying, and like a leader in this tribe. But the people only flock to you for their benefit. They don't flock to you to reciprocate any of what you give them. It's you haven't met your tribe yet, but as you follow your heart now, it allows your energy now to move in a way where the things that really want you and the things that you really want are gonna come in for you, whether it's money, love, relationships, friendships, whatever it is, experiences. They're all gonna start coming in as you follow your heart. It's like you're gonna feel more and more alive, more and more optimistic. You're gonna stop being pessimistic and looking at the glass half full. It's like a switch that I'm seeing that's happening all of a sudden. It's like you're pessimistic, and then all of a sudden it's just like you're optimistic. You're like, oh yeah, life can be amazing. Between Wednesday and Friday here, you're enjoying a lot of pleasure. You're enjoying a lot of pleasure, enjoying your independence, abundance. You're feeling very abundant because you've let go of things. You've let go of that that connection of like nurturing things. You've had this forced change of like you need to change, with the tower moment here before the week begins. And like by the end of the week, as your energy is less fragmented and more whole, it's now able to move in the direction you want, and this is making you feel more abundant, you're having more pleasure, you're enjoying luxury. And this is who you are. It's like you've been giving your luxury away to people for no reason, because you thought that they would be on your level. I feel like they're good with their words. These people that you have as friendships around you, they're really good with their words, and they're able to manipulate you into believing them, basically. But your eyes always catch them out. But you kind of like you dismiss it. You dismiss what you see sometimes as maybe they're just having an off day or whatever. But it's not. They're draining your energy. Is basically what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing you as like a battery for them, and you're the battery. But you need to supply for yourself. You're the most important person in your life. Everybody else comes second, and this is something you really need to understand. Whoever you are, you really need to understand that you will come first in your life. Everybody else comes second. And don't be a battery for other people's happiness. Everybody has to go through their own karma, their own cycles in life, their own endings with situations. They have to go through, really freeing themselves of things that have held them back, from things that have influenced their past, molded their subconscious, whether it was family or friends. They really need to go through their own battles and heal themselves. They need to have the endings. They need to have the release of the betrayal, of the pain. Otherwise, they carry that pain and betrayal with them, and they start using it on other people in friendships and stuff. So you have to be very careful around people, whoever you are, because the people that you're currently around, they're just using your energy for their own means, and they're very good with words. So it's very hard to catch them out. But you will be enjoying your own time, your own energy here, and you should probably get a pet. I'm saying you should have if you don't have a pet already, you should get a pet. You're very connected to nature, and you will love the energy of a pet. Whether I'm seeing a bird, a cat, or a dog, like something that a pet would be very good for you to spend some time with a pet between Friday and Sunday. If you don't have one, but you can always buy one, and it's gonna allow you to feel more connected to who you really are, and what you really desire from life. And just be truthful and honest and empathetic towards yourself. Know that you have a very strong willpower. You don't have to lower yourself for other people. You have the inner strength now, and you've come to the realization of this inner strength, of this resilience that you have, and you're being very calm about it. Your energy is very calm. It's not very it's not all over the place in regards to this sort of understanding that you're having of like this tower moment, of why this tower moments happen. It's like you just feel dissatisfied initially, but then you're realizing very quickly of like why you went through the situation in the first place. Like, you are very connected to the spiritual realm, you are very connected to your intuition, you're very connected to your guides. You know their names. And yeah, you're bringing balance into your life, you're bringing harmony into your life, you're juggling situations and making decisions about leaving behind the things that are weighing you down, the things that are feel like a duty, that feel like hard work, that feel like a burden. You're letting them go because your energy is being drained. I really see your energy here being drained. Like, I'm seeing, like, in the darkness, it's like you as like this fire, not fire, but like a light, should I say. And I'm seeing, like, all these colors inside of you, and one by one, like, different people are coming, and it's like they're draining you out of these straws. And it's like, I'm not seeing the bodies, I'm seeing, like, the silhouettes, and I'm seeing, like, energy flowing from you to these people, and they're like, enjoying it themselves, basically draining your energy. So your outcome for the week here is you are gaining illumination of what's happening here within your life. It's like your shadow self and your light self are coming together finally. I feel like they've been separated. They're finally coming together, are united under the moon. It's like you're very connected to the moon, the moon cycles. Maybe I think there's a full moon coming up. There's a full moon. The full moon coming up for you is going to be very significant in moving forward and feeling yourself as who you really are. I feel like you're gonna be outside during the full moon and connecting to the full moon, or if you're not planning to, you should plan to. It would be very good for you because it'll help you connect to who you really are, who you are in your light self and your shadow self. So they will come together and they will be able to be united, and they just, even now they're becoming much more united, and they're coming together and allowing you to continue walking down your path here, towards your true, your true happiness, towards your castle. You're going through this sort of rite of passage. You're here where you're being welcomed by spirits here to carry on, to keep going, to keep moving forwards. Like, it's not all over. Like, your life is meant to be a journey. It's meant to be an advancement of yourself, of like knowing and understanding and what you're doing and how you're doing. Like, you're advancing in a very profound way. You just don't realize it yet because you're in this sort of pessimistic energy, but you will be very quickly realizing all of these things, and understanding how much you love yourself is what I'm feeling here. It's like you really are coming to a place where you like really, really love yourself because of like the challenges you've been through. You've not shied away from. You've not been afraid to go through them and get to the next side. Another one of your outcomes here is you're willingly going through this transformation here. So the Death Rider, he doesn't come up to the person with his visor on, so he comes in first of all on a white horse, which represents purity, and he also has the rose, which also represents purity. So it's like double purity coming in, and he approaches the man over here, and he says, "Do you accept death?" And he has his visor up. So in the olden days, if you had your visor down and you approached someone and you were a knight, they would treat you as someone suspicious, someone that could be an enemy, someone that they need to have their guard up with. So the death is coming in here and asking you, do you accept death? And this death is like a transformation. It's like an ending of the your beliefs of like the old, basically, because where this man has stood, there's a battle that has happened and the wars happened, and the battles are over at this point, and it's stagnant land. Like, there's nothing that will be good from staying there, basically. And the Death Rider is asking this so he can move over here into his happiness where the sun is rising for the man. And so this is spirit coming in. This is the spirits coming in for you. I'm hearing gods and goddesses watch over you too, particularly goddess Persephone watches over you particularly. But this is coming in, this transformation of like you being asked to let go, to end this way of being, because already that you have been nurturing something that wasn't authentically you, and you are accepting you're going through this transformation. It's a huge transformation for you. You will realize how big it is for you on the other side. It's like your whole personality is going to change, your whole vibe is going to change, because you're being more authentic. It's like you're shedding the fake, the shell. It's like you're shedding the shell. I'm seeing like a snake, but it's not a snake. It's like a shell that you're shedding off, like, but it's the same energy as a snake. And a snake is very healing. A snake is very it's a powerful image for me, because the snake is very connected to the divine, the consciousness, the spiritual realm, and you're very connected yourself to the spiritual realm, the divine. So it's like you're like, but it's a shell. It's a huge shell that you're coming out of. That is, it's like a big round shell, and it's really thick, and there's layers to it. It's not just one, it's a few shells that are around you that are like bonded together, and they become very thick, and it's like it's like a fake version of you that you're shedding away. It's like the fake stuff of you that you're shedding away. You're like, I'm no longer choosing to be someone that's not authentically me. I'm choosing to be someone that is authentically me, that is somebody that is how I really feel from my heart. And that is what you're going through, your massive transformation. And now you're in this point where you're able to move your sphinxes. The sphinxes are your shadow self and your light self, of like really moving forwards efficiently. You were moving forwards before, but you're moving in the wrong direction because your heart was in the wrong place. Your heart was nurturing the wrong things, but your heart is now really nurturing the right things. So your heart is actually leading you now. You're not following your heart, and you're not telling your heart what to do. It's like you're leading with your heart now. You're following your heart, and you're not using your brain as much as to over calculate things that are going on within your life. You're very connected to the spiritual realm. You're really connected to spirits here, and they are overseeing you as you're traveling now. As you're moving, you're going through a massive healing here. It's like you're going to feel like a brand new person on the other side. Again, I'm hearing your hair is going to change, like you might cut your hair or do something, whether you're male or female, it's irrelevant. But you're going through a massive healing here of like really transitioning into being more happy, being more fulfilled with your life. Like you're going in your true path direction now. Like you were traveling on your true path already, your true destiny, but it's like you kind of got sidetracked here. And again, it's because you lack the willpower, you lack the strength to follow your heart at the time. It's like people overwhelmed you with like kindness, and they almost like what's the word, like where you butter someone, you give them praise and you give them like, oh, you're fantastic, blah blah blah, and they sort of cooed you in by doing stuff like that. And now you're freeing yourself from all of that in a very profound way, and moving forwards to what is really in line for you, what really is in alignment for you, what really is destined for you here. It's like you were doing a side quest. I'm hearing side quest. You were doing a side quest for no reason. Like this was like not part of your journey, not part of who you're meant to be. Like you're now understanding that this was a side quest, but it's not all lost. It's not all doom and gloom. Like you're gaining a lot of wisdom, a lot of spiritual wisdom here. And not just wisdom, but you're gaining a lot of understanding of who you are. You're gaining clarity about like what you've been through, and that you now have the inner strength. You're gaining the inner strength again to follow your own purity, So I've pulled out some challenges for you. I was just a bit confused why there's 5, but I'm pulling some challenges for you for this week. So challenges about what's going to happen to you, what's going to try pulling you down, stopping you from moving forwards this week. And the reason I say this, these challenges, is because they're going to affect you either mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. One way or another, they will affect you. But depending on how you carry yourself, you might not notice them. But by me telling you, you know what to look out for during the week. So your first challenge here is, your industry. You might feel like the industry you're in makes you unharmonious with yourself. It makes you feel like you're not connected to yourself, because you're extending yourself thin, like you're having to do extra work, collaborate with people, and you don't know if they're good people or not good people, and it's making you doubt this industry you're in. Don't doubt the industry you're in. You are in the right industry. You are moving on the right direction towards your true happiness here. You are moving towards a much better time for you in your life. Another challenge for you here is you might be questioning your own vision of like, have I been going in the right direction, or have I been going in the wrong direction? It's like you feel like you've lost your integrity in some kind of way with this tower moment happening here. You know, this revelation, this force change within you that's happening. You feel like, you feel a loss of like being like this kind of person that was nurturing the wrong things because it looked good. You feel like I lost. You're like, was I actually not being you feel like at this point when this revelation happens, you're like, am I being not keeping my integrity? Am I, almost lying to myself here? You're not. You like, what you're going through isn't an accident or a mistake. You have clear vision here, but you had to go through this lesson of like understanding to follow your purity from having inner strength, like being strong within you, to follow your own purity, to follow what's pure for you, what's really for you, basically. Another one of your challenges here is you might feel like you haven't completed a cycle, like you haven't become whole, like you haven't been accomplishing anything, but you really have. You've been accomplishing a lot here, and during this week you're going through things very quickly because you are very connected to your spiritual side, and you are very connected to the divine, the spirits, the gods and goddesses, the deities. You're feeling like you've lost hope. The challenge here for you is like, you're like, my intuition's blocked, is my hope is my hope not really true? Is my faith not really true? Like, what's happening to me? Like, am I being punished or something? Am I, it's like a hopeless energy of like, things are happening against me. It's this Nine of Swords energy of like this pessimism that's coming in, like, you're not really believing in anything anymore. It's just like, it is what it is, and it's like, you're not letting yourself really be honest with yourself of like what you're going through, because of like, you've like, 8 months, and I've been on this sort of thing, but why did it have to be 8 months? It's because it took you 8 months to learn, to be honest with you. Like, you could have learned instantly, but it's like you were so overwhelmed with what your environment, what was going on, how people were cooing you into being friends with them, is what I'm hearing. Like, people were really being overly nice with you because they knew who you were. They watch you. You already, I feel like you're somebody on social media in some kind of way, but you're very connected. More divine blessings are coming in for you. You just don't know what, but they're very significant. Very, very significant. You're going to be very happy coming up in the future. Things are going to almost be very magical for you. It's like you're going to start believing in magic, like you don't at the moment, whoever you are. Like, you think very analytically and logically about things, and you're like, this makes sense and that makes sense, but it's like you're coming to a point where you're like, nothing makes sense anymore. And this is good things that are coming in for you. They're not making sense to you, and this is your next journey of your path, where you're going next. This is all part of your path, basically. Another one of your challenges here is that you might feel a loss of pleasure. You might feel like, the sort of grief of like this sort of forced ending that you've had within, nurturing the wrong things. It's like you feel like you're at a loss, like you don't know yourself anymore, like you're grieving it. You're grieving this part of you because you thought that was who you wanted to become, and that was like a point for you to reach when you were not so financially great. Like, you wanted to reach that point when you wanted to be in a financial, that you saw that point as like being financially successful. Again, you thought you had crossed that bridge already, but you haven't. You weren't even close back then. You're now very close to crossing the bridge, but you just don't see it because you're too much in the grief, too much in the worry. But again, like I said, these challenges are there. They're going to present themselves in one way or another, but now you know what they are. You can avoid giving your energy to them, so that you can continue moving forwards, continue moving towards a happier future. continue moving towards love, loving yourself, love in general. Make the choice, make the active choice to keep moving forwards. Don't allow yourself to stop yourself from being happy, from feeling joy, delight, happiness, more positive energy, youthful exuberance, because of this sort of persona that you had. Know that things are going to move for you very quickly, because as you're shedding that energy, it's allowing you fresh energy to come in, and your energy is very powerful as is, but it's been going in the wrong direction. Like I said, that vision I saw of your energy being sucked by people around you, these friendships, the people are sucking your energy. So that's where your energy is going. Things have felt a bit slow for you this year, haven't they? And this is your confirmation that this reading is for you. It's because your energy's not been going in the direction you want. But by the end of the week here, you will be enjoying pleasure, you will be enjoying luxury, and you will be feeling very, very happy. But you have to make the decision, you have to make the choice that you want to live a more happy life from a place of vulnerability. You need to be vulnerable within yourself and say, I want to be true, and I want to be true to myself, pure to myself in regards to what it is that I want from my life. And that's what's going to lead you to happiness. It's a choice you have to make, that you want to be happy. I know you are being spiritually led in the correct direction. You have been led in the correct direction. You're still in the land where your path is. You're not on a different land. So I see it as like a land that you have to get to, where your path begins. It's like here on the moon card. It's like you have to get to that land where the path begins, but you're still on that land. You haven't left that land. You haven't gone into the waters, and the waters are like a barrier for me. It's like you're going through a barrier to a different land. So it's like, because you have to have a boat to go over the water. You can't just, you could swim, but how far are these lands from each other? No one knows. But you're on that land where your path is. So it's just like you've just taken a detour. You're on the correct path. Keep going. Keep choosing love. Make a decision that you want to be happy, that you want to choose things that are authentically in alignment with you, and that's how you're gonna now you have the inner strength as well. This is why you went through this, to have the inner strength. So when your environment now in the future becomes chaotic, and there's people like love bombing you, friendship wise, whatever, and cooing you to be with them in some way or another, you're able to really discern and have the inner strength and say, I'm choosing my purity, what's in alignment with heaven. No matter how nice somebody is being with you or pretending to be with you, you are able to say, this is in alignment with me, or this is not in alignment with me. And this is what the whole purpose of this segment is. 8 months where you're still on the line, you're still on the right direction. So I'm going to leave a reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you would like to book a personal, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.